In a world with an overkill of sports podcasts, two men are brave enough to make one more. A show where topics are endless and brackets are king. FanStream Sports and the Rink brothers invite you to help make decisions of a lifetime. With a choice between Fruity Pebbles and the DuckTales theme song can change the course of human history. Sports has a new face. Podcasts have a new enemy. And the world has new heroes in March Chadness.
Welcome in to March Chadness. We are your hosts. Nate, what's going on?
Party on, Chad.
Party on, Nate. Little preview of what's going to be happening. We could have done, you know, you're about to hear the sounds of MC Chad Rink and DJ Nate Dogg. So first of all, shout out. Rob Bass passed away from cancer the other day. So that song, and I sent it to my buddy, and I knew I'd get a response back that was not great because I was kind of thinking of it. I sent it to him. He's like, well, now it looks like it only takes one. So but no, yeah, it's cancer sucks. But hey, happy Memorial Day.
Yes.
Want to appreciate those that are currently serving, who have served, and then obviously with Memorial Day, those that gave their life to protect and serve this great nation of ours. So we appreciate you all here at March Chadness and fanstreamsports.com. So Nate, anything exciting happened with you over the weekend?
Oh, yeah. Being a homeowner is awesome. Got some water in the basement, dealing with that. It's a nightmare down there. We're getting it taken care of, but still got to find out where the water's coming in from. So, yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those things growing up as a kid. When people had basements, it's like when I get my own house, I'm getting a basement because it was always awesome. And then once you are a homeowner with a basement and you have these kind of things with water damage, you're like, why would I do this? Basements kind of suck.
Especially when your basement looks like a Willis music store and you've got just super expensive guitars and amps and drums and mics everywhere. It's super fun to do all that.
Yeah, and that was all. It came in on that section too, didn't it? Like where all your
I
equipment
think it's coming in on the one side, but it kind of just soaked in everywhere. So I don't know.
Why when you sent me that picture where you had the entire car? I didn't realize it was that bad. I guess you didn't either. And then once you started digging into it, so luckily you got the blowers on it and stuff. So yes, that'll be huge. And it's concrete. So and then carpet. I'd rather have it on carpet than like the hardwoods and stuff like that. But
oh, absolutely,
it sucks. But so. That's why you got a different background, but it's a pretty sweet background there. So,
it is. And coming live from Aiden's room. All right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how dedicated Nate is. It's like he's got flooding issues, but you know, he's here for the podcast. So
you can't stop me.
You cannot stop him. So we've got a jam-packed show today. We're going to talk the playoffs still, probably talk a little bit MLB, and then we have one thing I want to talk about, college hoops as well. And then we will do our airing of sports grievances for the Seinfeld fans. And then we have a bracket. We are back to 64. I didn't think we could, but we'll talk about the bracket more on. You know, the Wayne and Garth reference at the beginning should have taught you. You talk about great duos in low hoop. My shirt with me and my buddy Dave, probably the greatest duo in low hoop basketball and Sherwood football history. So
everybody knows that. It goes without saying.
Everybody knows that. People will have the controversy because there's really no footage, but Dave has the highlight reel. So let's get started here, Nate. NBA, first of all, the Knicks just look really good. Cavs just kind of gave up. I understand. You're down 2-0. You're down about 11 or 12 with like a minute and a half left. And they just kind of gave up playing defense. But the Knicks look really, really good. I would not be surprised if they just swept. And I think they can give either team in the West a decent matchup. Do you think so?
I think so. I think whoever comes out of the West, though, is going to probably win in 6. I don't know if they have an answer to Wemby. and I don't know if Cat's going to have to show up. Is what it really comes down to. If once they get into the finals, Cat's going to have to show up defensively. But yeah, I think they're going to sweep the Cavs, and I'm mad that I didn't pick the Knicks to go to the dang finals.
Exactly.
They do look good. They just figured shut down James Harden, and
Yeah, that Cavs move. Like I thought
it can't do it all by himself.
No, I thought it was kind of dumb when you have a good young guard in Darius Garland and you go trade for a guy like Harden, who's well past his prime and who has always not shown up for the playoffs. But that's Cleveland sports for you, everybody. So, yeah, I think the Knicks. I think Bridges can probably D up Shea pretty solidly.
Did you see Shea just got a foul called with nobody even touching him? Did you see that?
I know,
and nobody even touched him, and he got
nobody touched him. I know, it's like, and I'll get into some of that I think during my airing of sports grievances. But yeah, he didn't flop as much this game as the game before, but there were still some weird calls. And I think with the Knicks with Mitchell Robinson, he'll probably play a lot more just to get some size on Wemby, but he's not great. So he'll probably get like 3 fouls in the first 8 minutes. But at least they got fouls to give, I guess. So on the other side, San Antonio just kind of from the get-go rolled last night. They got up early. OKC kind of made some runs, but, San Antonio had that game pretty much in control. And then when Wemby hit that 3 from half court at the halftime buzzer, they put them up by 11. And then they came out and just really took it to them. Beginning of that third quarter was just over. So that one's tied 2-2. It's been a good series. It's just, again, it's kind of ugly basketball. Like you've got a lot of holding, you got a lot of flopping. It's just one of those things where, and I saw one where Wemby was kind of going to the basket. Chet had kind of fallen / got pushed by one of the San Antonio guys, and he was on the ground, middle of the lane. Wemby comes in. Chet starts to get up, sees that Wemby's there, and then does like a little crawl fall to hit Wemby in the knee. And I think that's the biggest issue what I have with OKC is like OKC is a very good, talented team. They don't need to resort to this malarkey that is flopping. Like just play basketball. You are probably the more talented team. You go way deeper. Just play basketball. Like if Shea would just shoot and not worry about trying to get fouled and flop. If you watch him, like his pull up reminds me a lot of Jordan. It's just that smooth. He pulls up and he's money from there, but I think it gets in his head. And I think yesterday he didn't flop as much, and he was not as good as I think he was thinking about it. So I don't know why you do that. But
you and I are clamoring for good mid-range shooters. Take the mid-range shot, and he is that. Just stop worrying about the dumb stuff and just play basketball. He's a great player.
He is.
He's got a great mid-range shot. Just
he got a great mid-range shot. He can shoot the 3. He's got good handles that can get to the rack. He can dish it out. Like it. Just play basketball. Well, it's just, and again, like if I was the coach, I'd be like, knock it off. Like, just stop. But
as Dad would say, act right.
Act right. So that series, I would like it to go 7, but again, it's not been fun basketball to watch. But Wemby is fun to watch, and so is Shea. So we will see there. NHL, like I don't know what's going on with the Avalanche. They get down 2-0, and then they come out, score 3 goals in the first. Like, all right, my Stanley Cup pick finally come into play. They're the best team. Go up 3-0 after 1 period, and then lose 5-3. 5 unanswered goals. The last one was an empty netter, but still, it's like, I don't know what's going on. They're down 3-0. And not that the Golden Knights aren't good. The Golden Knights have a good team. They have a hot goaltender. I think Hill has been in there for them. And they got a good coach. They got John Tortorella, and he was in Columbus here for a while. And he got them turned around. He's a good coach. So I think
they ended the regular season hot, and sometimes that just plays throughout the playoffs. They have looked better than the Avalanche, which I did not expect. No,
I mean, and that guys, dude, they got some good lines and stuff. They got Eichel. I mean, they're good, and their goaltender has just been unreal. So I don't think the Avs come back down 0-3. The other side is tied 2-2, so that's been a good series. So it's a battle of the two teams we had losing in the Stanley Cup Finals with the Canadiens and the Hurricanes. So that's been a good series. Like, again, hockey's always fun to watch. So that's where we're at there. I do want to talk about something that came up in the news where Will Wade was fired from LSU several years ago due to recruiting issues. They have hired him back, and now he has some other controversy with how he is putting this team together.
The oldest college roster in history.
It is the oldest college roster in history. You've got all this money going in, and people are a little mad about it. If you don't know, Will Wade has been aggressively recruiting international guys, transfer players, and actually guys that had been drafted in the NBA. So he's got it's Salunai, I think. He's 22. He was drafted by the Cavs. I think he played, it was either him or Yam Madar, who's 25. Now he's 22. Madar was drafted by the Celtics. One of those guys actually has minutes in the preseason of the NBA. Neither of them obviously played in the NBA, but they have, like, one of them, they both got drafted. And I remember, I'm old enough to remember, once you declared, you couldn't come back. But these guys are there. You've got R.J. Lewis, who has played in the G League and has done fairly well. And then you got two other international guys that are like, they're all in their like mid-20s. So people are giving Will Wade the business, other coaches, that kind of thing. Nate, what are your thoughts on building a roster of these types of players in today's college basketball?
If you can get away with it, it's evil genius stuff. You know, remember we got mad at Calipari because he was just recruiting the one and done guys because that's how the system was. If you're allowing these 22 to 25-year-olds who got drafted to be able to come back, exploit it and make them fix it. I'm not crazy about it, but I also am not mad at it. If IU was doing it, I'd be like, let's go.
Well, I think that's the issue. That's the thing is, I don't think anyone's happy about it because this is not what college basketball should be.
Right.
I think
it's not fair to these young guys.
No, you got young guys that, you know, these other guys have had their time. And for me, because I put myself like, I think I see what will, if I was in the situation, if I didn't like the rule, I think this is how I'd go about. Maybe Will Wade is like, I hate this rule. I'm going to just exploit it until they change it. Because that would be me. I'm that kind of a jerk person. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this and make such a huge deal with it. And
what
then
kind of move is it?
It's a jerk move. It's a penis move. It's a penis move. It's a penis. I would do it just to do a penis move. Like, I don't like this. It's not going to change unless some people like me do this. And then I'd be like, I should probably win too because these guys are so much older.
Well, that's the thing. If they don't win, then it's just kind of silly.
That's just it. Then Will Wade sucks as a coach. But now maybe he's doing it and just playing the villain. He's like the Dark Knight, you know, college basketball. He's the hero. He's the hero they need.
Nobody wanted, but yes.
Yes. So I'm just going to start calling Will Wade the Dark Knight when we start talking college basketball thing. But I just find it interesting because this is not what the NIL money was. Again, like, and we all knew this is not a surprise to anybody. We should have all known that it was not going to go well when you told colleges they can pay their athletes. This is exactly what we probably figured would happen. I just wish if you were in college and like you could make money doing commercials and stuff with your likeness, that's what I would mind. I don't need colleges paying them, but like it was like I can't remember the one guy. I don't know if it was Kool-Aid McKistory, like the DB that's in the pros now. A guy like that had a name like that, and he did some ads for like something like some. It was pretty smart. It was pretty cool. That's what I would like. I don't need colleges. Don't need to be paying these guys. because they were paying him
No,
probably
if you can make money off of your own name, if you can sell your own jerseys in college, you should be able to. If they're making money off it, you should make money off it. Stuff like that,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's turning into quite a debauchery.
Yeah, which who would have thought that coming out of the NCAA? So they screw everything up. So that was interesting. So let's go into now the airing of sports grievances. So you and I both Seinfeld fans. If you know Seinfeld, even if you don't know Seinfeld, there was the airing of grievances that happened every year at Festivus at the Costanza house. And that would just be, you would just air your dirty laundry. You get out all the hate that you had against it. As Frank Costanza says, I have a lot of problems with you people, and now you're going to hear about it. So Nate, start us off. What's one sports grievance that you have right now, if any?
The Cubs suck. That's not a sports grievance. That's just me being mad. No, honestly, I don't have much right now. The way the NBA play is sloppy. I'm not happy with it, but that's not going to change anything. We were talking about, some silly rules on once they cut down the shift in baseball. Right. Honestly, I don't have much today that has made me mad in the last couple of weeks. I know you got some stuff on your plate, so why don't you get it off your chest?
I do. I have a lot of stuff. So I came prepared for this. So number one, I to kind of go with the NBA kind of thing, I am really upset with the people that are 30 and under that you can have your opinion, but the people that just think that their opinion, that are 30 and under on NBA now versus our generation, it's ridiculous. Because here's the thing. You didn't watch back then. Because I can tell you, I never watched Babe Ruth, so I'm not. That's too old. I never really watched Ted Williams, Roberto Clemente. That was before my time. But I can watch highlights, and I can tell you right now, if Roberto Clemente was in the major leagues right now, he would be the best player in the major leagues right now. He just would be. I don't care. I didn't see him play, but I'm not going to argue that Aaron Judge is significantly better than Roberto Clemente, because I don't think he is. The audacity of this generation, our kids' generation. I saw a thing. I don't know. It was someone had a it was an older guy talking to a younger guy, and the younger guy claimed Tim Duncan would not start for any NBA franchise as a 4, and the older guy was like, "No franchise, he's not better than Evan Mobley." And that guy was trying to argue that Evan Mobley was a more skilled basketball player than Tim Duncan. And that's my problem with these younger people. It's just because Evan Mobley maybe can shoot the 3 better, maybe has a little bit better handles than Tim Duncan. Evan Mobley is not Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is the same thing when they thought Chet said that Shaq would get cooked in the NBA. He's I beg to differ. It makes me mad that they are just so blatant that they are right and we're old head unks. And our brand of basketball was like the peach basket. It was not. Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, you got Dominique. We had some great athletes in that time. And the difference in watching NBA now and watching it back then is they knew how to play basketball. No one knows how to play basketball now. I don't know what the coaches are doing. It's stupid. It's dumb. You dribbling 18 times and then going off a screen or try to ISO. That's not good basketball in the long run. No one knows how to move. I miss the old. I blame the Warriors because the Warriors were so good of ball spacing, movement, and they could all shoot the 3. And then every team's oh, we just shoot 3s, and they don't do the spacing and stuff. So. My problem is
no, I do have a grievance. It is the freaking 3.
And if your grievance is Evan Mobley is better, then you're off the show.
No, it's guys just chucking up 3s all the time. Yeah. The one Cavs-Knicks game, the Cavs were up 10-4 early, and then they just shot 12 consecutive 3s, missed all of them.
Yeah,
and then you lose the lead. Just get close to the hoop. You can't just come running down and chuck it up. This is not. We're not playing at the rec center, man.
Right.
It's the NBA. Get to the hoop. Move the ball around.
Yeah. There are good threes.
And it's like you said, the Warriors did ruin it, but you've also said they averaged like 32 threes or something like that per game. Right. And guys are doing 50 and 60 that don't have the Splash Brothers. Right.
And they're not good. They're not good 3-point shots.
It's not a good system for winning basketball.
No, and I don't mind. Like, it's good. Like, when you see good 3-point shots, like guys cutting and then kicking out to a guy wide open in the corner, that's a good 3-point shot. But just jacking up with the shot clock going down and that kind of thing, it's crazy. And again, here's the other thing I want to bring up, and then I can move on to my one last one. People want to say, the competition stuff was not as good in the 80s and 90s, and then that's why the superstars in that age are not as good as these superstars. I'm going to tell you right now. Here's what I know. I had coached Upward basketball, which is like a church rec league, my entire life. All my kids played. When you coach, and you've coached rec league. When you're coaching like a rec league like that, half the kids probably shouldn't even be on the basketball court. When it gets to the
some of them don't even want to be there. Their parents,
right? They don't. So like so the competition is worse. However, you've probably seen this in stuff with soccer and other things. There are sometimes you see kids that are playing in this one that are dominating, and you say, "Oh, they're just dominating because the competition is bad." I've seen kids like that, and then you have the ones that are like, "Oh, this kid's dominating. This kid is just different." There's two things. Emily played soccer, so this is like 6-year-olds. We played this kid, and he happened to be on the guy that was helping run the league, so go figure that. This kid was phenomenal. This kid would have schooled me and you. Like, he was good. Like, it was unreal. And I got mad, like, okay, he scored 7 goals. Let other kids kick. And he just wouldn't. He just, like, this kid was, and I didn't blame the kid. The kid was just good. He was so good. And I want to, like, toot my own horn with my kids, but Xander was like that in Upward. Like, Xander just dominated Upward, but you could just tell, like, he's different. He had a different speed than everybody else. And then he went on and was the Pickaway County Player of the Year his senior year, won 3, OCSA championships. So you have that where you've got guys that are, there are guys from the 80s that were probably good. Like, I don't think Ho Grant would be very good in today's NBA. But when you're talking like the All-Stars and the Superstars and the Hall of Famers, most Hall of Famers are going to be good no matter what era you put them in. And that's what I hate about the young Bucks thinking that Evan Mobley is better. And Tim Duncan would not start at the 4 on
That's insane. I mean, it was prison rules. The guys were just
dude, have you seen some of these rosters?
These guys are too soft to
I could probably start as a 4 for the Nets. That's it.
Dude, the Wizards called me, and I was like, man, I just don't have it left in me anymore.
Yes. And then I think my other grievance, it's kind of older, and I thought it was more recent because they did ban the shift a few years ago, which I think is stupid. I think if you are a league and you ban a strategy, that's just not good for the sport. The problem, because the shift came on, if you don't know the shift, guys that would pull the ball all the time, they would just have second baseman, or they would actually just have the shortstop go play short outfield. And then they'd have 3 guys on that side, and then they'd have the third baseman pretty much play where the shortstop plays, really close to second. And then they would just pitch them inside, and these guys like the Joey Gallos of the world would just keep pulling it. And then they had guys there, and then, if they didn't get any launch on it, it would just be a ground out. And it's just smart, because if this guy's not going to go opposite field, why am I going to put guys? Why I have 2 guys on that half of the infield when he's not going to hit it there? And then you got guys like Joey Gallo batting like $190, all mad that like go opposite field. That's the other thing, is like, go opposite field. You have nobody on that side of the field. Rizzo did this all the time. He would bunt. You do that enough, again, like it's the love of the home run. Like, I want this guy to home. Like, dude, get on base. That's what it is. And I hate that they took strategy out of a game. And it, like, I understand some rules. Like, I understand you got to make some of these rules, but like, you can't take strategy out of a game. That's just good strategy. And if you, Yeah.
It's like saying you can't put your worst fielder in right field. We all know that's who that guy is. Like,
right.
No, you got to put somebody better out there and then put him in at shortstop. You
Yeah.
can't have the worst fielder being in right.
No, why don't you know what? Why not then just be like, oh, Derrick Henry's too good. Like he can only have 20 carries a game. Like, what are we doing? Like, if it's your best player, like it's just stupid. Like, strategy is part of sports. That's the main thing of sports is strategy. It's like, okay, this team does this really well, or hey, this team in the first half, oh, they're killing us with this. Well, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna play too high safety. They can't run on us, so I'm just gonna keep them from going deep. Like if you had a bunch of Tyreek Hills, you would play off. You would play too deep safety. Like, dude, I'm not giving up the deep pass. And it'd be like then the NFL saying, oh, this isn't fun. No one's throwing deep passes anymore. Now you can't play too high safety. Like, what are we doing? Like that, it's stupid. So that's my other grievance on that. All right. It is time for the bracket. It is the best duo bracket. And we're going to get to it right now. But first, hey, Nate, do you know what winning teams and your lawn have in common?
They need consistency?
They do need consistency, yes. And that's what our sponsor today, Clippers Lawn Care, can bring to your yard with their professional mowing and landscaping services. Clippers Lawn Care is reliable, hardworking, and detail-focused, serving the Cincinnati and surrounding areas. So if your lawn needs a fresh start this season, contact Clippers Lawn Care today at 513-675-9528. That's Clippers Lawn Care, 513-675-9528, or go to the website at clipperslawncare.net. That's how you do it, Ego. All right.
Yes.
So let's do the bracket.
They're talking brackets, y'all. We love those brackets, y'all. They're talking brackets, y'all. We love those brackets, y'all.
All right, we're going to bring the bracket up. I hate this layout of it, but I'm just going to go full screen here for the first thing. So, all right, it's a duos bracket. Doing this bracket, I'm not going to go to that yet. Doing the bracket.
Make up your mind, man.
Make up my mind. That's everyone else's. This is the podcast grievance. This guy can't make up his mind.
Who is this clown?
I was going to do 32. And then I was like, there's so many good duos. We need to do 64. And then I'm like, we could have had an NIT duos bracket. There are so many. So before we get to our bracket, let's talk about, Nate, you had some, like, we just could not do them all. Talk about some, because we have integrity here, unlike the NCAA, and we're not going to go to like 78, 64.
Right.
What are some of the honorable mentions that did not make it in our duos bracket today?
All right. We got Chainsaw and Dave from Summer School.
Summer School, a classic 80s comedy.
Mark Harmon, great.
Yes.
Blue Falcon and Dino Mutt.
That is a great one. Just if you grew up with us, like the cartoons back then, and then they were on the Laugh Olympics, the Blue Falcon, Dino Mutt, outstanding.
Dino Mutt, not to be confused with Wonder Mutt, also from Summer School.
Exactly.
We got Sloth and Chunk.
Yeah.
I still believe they got a bachelor pad somewhere, just kicking it, loving life. Ferris and Cameron, Prince Akeem and Semi.
Yes.
Physique and Inigo Montoya.
Yes.
Who can forget Vader and Palpatine? Grayson did bring up Lightning McQueen and Mater.
Yeah.
We got Zach Morris and AC Slater.
Yeah.
Daniel
Although
LaRusso
one of them is trash.
One of them is trash.
Yes.
Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Miyagi. I brought this up. You mentioned it. And my buddy Kurt, shout out to Curtis Mason, Ace and Gary.
Ace and Gary from SNL's Must See TV Funhouse, the ambiguously gay duo.
What's everybody looking at? and Lewis and Gilbert from Revenge of the Nerds.
From Revenge of the Nerds, yes.
And this is my airing of movie grievances. All right.
I gotcha.
We're gonna cancel an 80s comedy because of some situations in it.
Right.
Revenge of the Nerds is a classic. And I have a hard time dealing with that. And I talked to you about it earlier.
Yes.
Taxi Driver was on the other day. Taxi Driver, De Niro takes Sybil Shepherd to a porn theater. He becomes a murderer, vigilante. So it's bad guys that are getting it. But there's a 12-year-old prostitute in the movie, and we're not canceling it because it's a serious movie and it's art. But if it's a comedy, you get canceled. But can we back off on the taking out the comedies because of situations when half these Oscar-winning movies have some serious problems with them that they're like, oh, but it's art. It's art. Yeah. Well, comedy's an art too. All right. So
it is.
Can we just give comedies a friggin' break?
Yeah. If you have a problem with that kind of humor and stuff and that kind of like, we should not be talking about that. Go watch Clockwork Orange and shut the hell up because you talk about some disturbing stuff in a movie, but it was that wasn't who did that one?
Kubrick.
It was one of Kubrick. So although he died because he made Eyes Wide Shut and exposed the pedophile ring, and he died like 2 months later. So that's a whole other. That's got to save that for our conspiracy bracket. So
I can't wait for that.
I have a couple. I am currently Mike and Ike's eating right now. Fred and Barney, classic cartoon guys. I realized we didn't really have any female, like we have some females on here, but didn't have any female pairings. It's not because we're sexist. It's just there was just so many. We have one. But Cagney and Lacey, old school show. Thelma and Louise. You got Laverne and Shirley, Lenny and Squiggy, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler. And then for those of you that grew up watching soap operas in the 80s, General Hospital, Luke and Laura. So those are mine that were, honorable mentions. Like I said, we could have had an NIT bracket and it would have been phenomenal. So maybe some other day. So what I'm going to do, like I said, we have 64. I'm going to bring this up and we'll talk about each bracket. We will get to the first, bracket. And then, you know what, even if it looks bad, I still want to do this because I want us on there. All right. Starting off, peanut butter and jelly. It is the #1 overall seed and going up against salt and pepper, not the salt and pepper, the spices and stuff, but salt and pepper, the rap group. And then you have 8, 9, Bill and Ted against the actual salt and pepper, not salt and pepper from Blue's Clues, but actual just salt and pepper you put on your food. You have then the people who invented flight, the Wright brothers from Ohio against Montana and Rice. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, not like some food thing with rice. And then you have Rocky Balboa, Apollo Creed against the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Let's kind of break that little section up. Thoughts on that bracket, that section?
I love that there's a possibility of salt and pepper versus salt and pepper. That's exciting.
I do like that. However, it's going to be if salt and pepper faces salt and pepper, then there was some chicanery going on in this because it's not happening.
I do like Rocky and Apollo against Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. We're really trying to kill each other.
It's kind of fun, but then at least Rocky and Apollo kind of mended fences there. So I do like that. And then I want to go down and get the rest of this, and then we can kind of talk about the match. There we go. It was not working. Okay. #3 seed Bert and Ernie versus the aforementioned Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. You've got C3PO and R2D2. I believe the only droids on here. The other ones, they were the droids we were looking for. Against Boats and Hoes, we'll talk about that more once we get to that matchup. Wayne and Garth against Riggs and Murtaugh. What a great pairing of great partners.
I hate having to decide that one.
I know. Like some of these, it's rough. And then you've got a Disney off where Buzz and Woody against Timon and Pumbaa. So let's just go through that section first. We did this with the Weird Al one. We just break it at a section at a time. So starting off, peanut butter and jelly, salt and pepper. Salt and pepper's push it. I think if we ever do best songs for us to karaoke, I think push it would have to be on that. Peanut butter and jelly is going to win this, I'm pretty sure. Were you a big salt and pepper fan of their music?
I mean,
They were,
as
yeah,
much
they
as
were okay.
any guy my age was. I mean, yeah, you know,
It's just
you know the
rap,
song.
yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, Spinderella was the hottest one, and
Spin-
so I consider them a trio.
A
Much like
trio.
Run DMC, you can't Run DMC
Right.
is not a duo; it is a trio. So I
Exactly.
think that that gets them knocked out by PB&J.
Yeah,
which
we
would
probably
have
should
won
have put.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We probably should have put DJ Jazzy Jeff Fresh Prince on here as well. But so with peanut butter and jelly, what is your the best peanut butter and jelly for you? Like bread, what type of bread? What type of peanut butter? What type of jelly?
Smooth peanut butter, not a chunky fan, and
Gotcha.
strawberry jelly. Grape is okay. Strawberry is better. I actually, my buddy Zach Conroy would make fun of me because jelly's fine, but I would bring, a lunch meat sandwich, and then I get hungry later at work, and it would just be a peanut butter sandwich, no jelly.
I gotcha.
And he's like, "Do you call that the choker? Because you gotta chase it with some water. The jelly does help break up that peanut
Exactly.
butter. But yes, it would be smooth peanut butter Jif. There is no other peanut butter to have other than Jif. Everything else is garbage.
Yeah.
It doesn't spread. It doesn't spread as well. Nothing does as Jif. Choosy moms choose Jif. All right.
Yes.
And
what bread? What bread?
I like the honey wheat
Okay.
from Kroger.
I got you. For me, I prefer chunky peanut butter over creamy, but if I'm making the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it is creamy. It is Jif as well. There's a comedian, Greg Warren, who is hilarious. He used to work at Procter & Gamble, and then he does a whole bit on peanut butter with Jif compared to Peter Pan and everything else, and it's hilarious if you look it up. Greg Warren peanut butter. Strawberry jelly, again, preserves is better. Like the Grandma Wells jelly was the best, and then I prefer it on white bread. I'll eat it on the Kroger honey wheat, but if I'm making the perfect sandwich, it's white bread, creamy peanut butter, Jif, and then it is strawberry jelly. So I think that's the standard, is creamy and strawberry. Bill and Ted against salt and pepper. I know you're mad you could not find your Bill and Ted shirt.
I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I've been tearing the house up looking for it.
Yeah. We totally forgot. Bill and Ted was not on original 32 or 64, I think. And then you sent me to them like, oh, I gotta put them on there. They're so great.
The Wild Stallions.
The Wild Stallions, yes. And salt and pepper is just overseeded just to have the salt and pepper chance to kind of tease people, but it's Bill and Ted by far.
They're friends with Bob Kangaskhan and Dennis Frood and Maxine of Arc.
Exactly.
Dave Beethoven and Socrates Johnson.
Socrates Johnson, baby. All right, we got exactly. We got the brothers, the birth of flight, the Wright brothers, or the greatest quarterback wide receiver tandem of all time, and it will never be topped. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. I think I'm going with the upset here. As much as having the ability to fly is great, Montana Rice. What are we doing? We're a sports show.
Right. We could still drive places.
We could. There's underrated, the train.
Yeah, it just takes longer, but we could still travel.
Like I have flown. Let me see. I have flown. I am 50. I'll be 55 in a couple weeks. I have flown 4 times in my entire life. Twice to Vegas, once to Washington, D.C., and then once to the great Bentonville, Arkansas, when I worked at Walmart. So
is it a fear of flying or just
no? I just don't fly. I don't ever go to fly. We never really fly. Growing up, we didn't. I flew to Vegas with Dad when I was 21. Dave and I flew to Vegas several years ago. Flew to Washington, D.C. for training for my current job, and then flew to Bentonville, Arkansas when I was at Walmart for training and stuff. So we just drove everywhere. Like
you had to go to D.C. to train to do Chad locks. That's awesome.
Exactly. It was had to get the no. That was for before I did this. I had a daycare in Minnesota. So
outstanding.
Yes, it's Montana. No, it's just like we drove to Disney all the times we went there. Here now, going forward, I will probably fly more because if we go anywhere that's longer than like 6 hours, like we should fly.
I've done the math. Once the rinks hit 8 hours in the car, we all turn on each other. So
I
if
got
it's
you.
more than
That's
8 hours of driving, it's just let's
it's just
fly.
fly. Exactly. All right, we got Rocky and Apollo against a Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote. Like Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote was one that it probably could have been replaced with any of the other ones we have and would have been better. So I think Rocky Apollo gets a really easy matchup. But Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote, they're just kind of fun.
I've never seen them bro hug in the ocean after running a foot race.
No.
In the sand. All right. So
Exactly. Speaking of bro hugs, Bert and Ernie, one of my favorite duos of all time, against the Splash Brothers. I'm not a big Warriors fan, and even if I was a big Warriors fan, I'm a bigger Sesame Street Muppets fan. So I'm taking Bert and Ernie here.
I'm gonna disagree with you on this and take the Splash Brothers.
Okay. And then I just realized we should
I'm
have
not
probably...
going to send it out to Grayson because Grayson's a huge Warriors fan and he's just going to side with me, and that would be cheating. We're a show of integrity, and I'm not going to do that to you.
Yeah, I was hoping my son John.
And I can't text Aiden or Frampton because they are both currently watching the Mandalorian Grogu movie in theaters, and I don't want to bother them. They're not together. They're separately.
Okay.
That would be weird.
No, I texted my buddy Joe, who's going to be on this group chat. He watched it, and I said, "Hey, honestly, tell me about the movie." And he was like, they went in with lower expectations, and it was what it is exactly what they thought it was. It was better than he thought it would be, but it was just more like it's just like a longer episode of The Mandalorian is what he said. But he said it was fine. Like it's watchable,
Jon Favreau does good stuff, so I'm trusting it's good.
Right. So I'm going to send this out. We'll talk C3PO, R2D2, boats and hoes. So we're doing it. I thought Step Brothers, we could do the Step Brothers. And then I just thought it'd be funnier to have the duo just be boats and hoes.
I gotta have my boats and hoes.
I mean, it's such a great, because number one, it's the effing Catalina wine mixer, first of all.
It is.
But it's such a great, because like boats and hoes are synonymous with like the rap videos of the time, which is why the Lonely Island did I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
Yep. So I as much as I love R2D2 and C3PO, it's more I love R2D2. C3PO is kind of lame. I think I want to go boats and hoes here.
I gotta have my boats and hoes. Prestige worldwide. Let's go.
Exactly. So boats and hoes moves on.
Yes.
I will send this out to that. And then the next, I really wish John could be on here. He was off today, but he said he was like watching like 3 movies today. So I'm like, whatever. I meant to no, that was not it. I got happy. This is ridiculous. This is not good. All right. Wayne and Garth, Riggs and Murtaugh. Talk about Riggs and Murtaugh because you pushed for them really, really hard. So why were you so big on them to get through or to be
Lethal
in this?
Weapon movies? The Lethal Weapon movies are fantastic. All 4 of them, all great. The second one is probably the weakest link, diplomatic immunity. But even that one's still good.
Just for that line alone, though, it
right. I still say it to this day. Diplomatic immunity. I love me some Riggs and Murtaugh, man. It's just a great duo. They complement each other. It's hilarity, and they're also awesome, badass.
Yes.
It's as much as I love Wayne and Garth, I only got one good movie out of them. Riggs and Murtaugh,
that is true.
I got 4 good movies. So as much as I love Wayne and Garth, I'm gonna lean Riggs and Murtaugh because I'm getting it. And now we got Wrigley, and I've been calling little dog Wrigley Riggs a lot. Every time he's barking, I'm getting too over this shit, Riggs.
Yeah. Like Wayne and Garth were great. Like the Saturday Night Live sketch on Wayne and Saturday Night Live was great. I think Wayne and Garth, though, they're kind of like the movie was great. The first one was great. They gave us the Bohemian Rhapsody car scene. but their show was more just really a one-trick pony.
Let's not forget on the SNL episode where they had Aerosmith play that Aerosmith's roadie was
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. And I still, when we do sound check for Barnstock, which is coming up at the end of the month, I still always get testing, sibilance.
I actually
Tom Hanks.
I actually did that the other day. And no one got the reference. So I was like, that was just
Who cares?
Yeah, I think so, because you've got, again, if you take the best scene, like Wayne and Garth's scene is probably the scene of the car, but that has other people in it. But like Wayne and Garth's best scene, just the two of them together, like they have it just all kind of blends together, where Riggs and Murtaugh on the toilet. I mean, it's classic. So I'll go with you there on that one. That was a good matchup. And then Buzz Woody, Timon Pumbaa. I guess Buzz and Woody. Like, no, it's not. Although Timon and Pumbaa do have the better song together. So, all right, let's get down to the next region there. You got Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, which I know is a favorite of yours. Lewis and Clark. People want to say, how did Lewis and Clark make it on here rather than some of those other ones? Like, we had to mix it up, so we had to throw in some history for everybody listening. So Lewis and Clark, shout out to them. I know you want to say Pocahontas was the real star of that group, but it's Lewis and Clark. Calvin and Hobbes, Phineas and Ferb, Mike and Sully, Maverick Goose. That is going to be a great matchup. You've got Joey and Chandler from Friends, Hall and Oates, Romeo and Juliet, Hans and Franz. Just kind of a fun matchup. You got Mario, Luigi, Key and Peele, Kirk, Spot, Rick, and Morty, and then rounded out Simon and Garfunkel, Doc Brown, and Marty. I tell you, this section outside of Lewis,
we got some heavy hitters.
Outside of Lewis and Clark is phenomenal. So we'll talk Scooby and Shaggy later. There's no way. I don't think Lewis and Clark would even vote for them.
Doink's like, I don't even know who Lewis and Clark are, man.
Let's see who the real Lewis and Clark are. Pull the masks off. We got one vote. Mike, my buddy Mike. My buddy Mike, Bert and Ernie. We get two more, so we'll get back to that one. Calvin and Hobbes, Phineas and Ferb. Like, Calvin and Hobbes is pretty great, but Phineas and Ferb may just be one of the best TV shows ever. It is so smart. It is so funny. And I know Doofenshmirtz steals every single scene he is in. But I think I'm going to go on Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, the fact that both of my boys were like, what is Calvin and Hobbes?
Yeah, that's a little more dated reference, and back when people knew what newspapers and that kind of stuff were. So Mike and Sully, Maverick, Goose. Mike and Sully are pretty classic, and I think probably outside of Buzz and Woody, the second greatest Pixar, I think, even over Lightning McQueen and Mater. And then you got Maverick and Goose, which Goose, it's mostly Maverick. Like, Goose dies pretty early in that. I think I'm going Mike and Sully.
Yeah, I love me some Maverick and Goose. I love the Top Gun movie, the Top Gun Maverick, which, the sequel is not called Top Gun Goose. I think we got two great movies out of Mike and Sully, and poor Goose, he didn't make it. As much as I love Maverick and Goose, I think we got to take overall. Same with Riggs and Murtaugh. If we got four good movies and only one or the other, I think we got to do the same with Maverick and Goose.
Yep. All right, and then Joe, I think you're on that thing too. Joe, Bert and Ernie too. So Bert and Ernie moves on, as they should. Screw the Splash Brothers. All right. Joey and Chandler from Friends.
We're never going to get them on this show now. Way to go.
No. Exactly. Should just get their other, get Seth Curry, and then if Klay Thompson has a brother. So I think this one's easier. Like, Hall and Oates is just a great duo to kind of make fun of. And I just put them on there to kind of say the great Chris Kattan from SNL. I'm Oates.
I'm Oates.
Hall and Oates has some good music. It's one of those groups I think no one will admit that they like Hall and Oates, but they had some
Oh,
decent
I
music.
at my age, I have no shame now.
I don't
full on
either.
just admitting
will-
that I love Hall & Oates. I love Huey Lewis and the News.
Dude, I do. I love them both, and I will crank them up. I'll be in my car, like, "You're a rich girl," so you know.
Yeah, dude, I do. It's.
However,
I do love Joey and Chandler, but this was actually not as easy for me because
Okay.
I love me some Hall & Oates, and without each other, they were. Daryl Hall was nothing without Oates. Let's just
No,
say
he
that
was
we all
not.
want to act like Oates was the weak link, but Daryl Hall did have some songs solo that were okay, but
Yeah,
still
but they
nothing,
were not.
nothing
It
like
was-
when they were together.
It was Oates, and then the Private Eyes video.
We're
I'm going
watching-
Joey and Chandler because it's such a great bromance friendship that we should all try to
Hey, I'm
aspire
Chandler.
to.
Could I be wearing any more clothes?
That scene is so great, and then when they when they win the apartment, just all the stuff, and then when it's so great when they when Joey moved out, Chandler got the other roommate. One of my favorite scenes is the All By Myself song where Chandler's looking out the window, it's raining, and then Joey's got the stupid rain machine he's looking at. Like that, like it's so great. So great. All right, Romeo and Juliet, Hans and Franz. If you're talking like actual, like, okay, what's more impactful? It's probably Romeo and Juliet. But my problem with Romeo and Juliet is like they should have planned ahead of time and like let each other know, hey, I'm gonna fake die.
Yeah. Yeah. Hear me now and believe me later. Hans and Franz would destroy Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. And most people would believe that. And now we're here. Let's go back. So we've got remaining Mario, Luigi, Key Peele, Kirk, Spock, Rick, Morty. So let's go back to the front because we've always done the Hey Arnold, where we would take what would Arnold be best as the Star Wars voice. And we've done others where like in the bracket that we're doing, what would Arnold be best at? So now we'll do this for each little section bracket. So for today's version of, all right, look at that. We are moving up with some sound bites on here. All right. So if you had to replace one of these with Arnold, which one is the best? Peanut butter jelly, salt and pepper, Bill and Ted, the Wright brothers, Montana and Rice, Rocky, Apollo, the Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, Bert and Ernie, Splash Brothers, C-3PO, R2-D2, Boats or Hose, Wayne and Garth, Riggs Murtaugh, Buzz Woody, Timon, Pumbaa. Which was the fun? Like, which one is the best if you just took one of the pair out and put Arnold in that spot?
Man.
It's
Uh,
I kind of would like to see him.
I'd like to see him as
with
Bill
Ted.
Ted.
I think if you took,
I am
like-
Billis Preston, Esquire. We are wild stallions. Although I do want to hear him sing Boats and Hose. The Nina, the Santa Maria,
exactly.
Nachos, Lemonheads, my dad's boat.
Although if he was the voice of Woody, that would change a lot of that. So, all
That
right,
was
well,
not flying. That was falling with style.
oh man, all right, let's finish this one up, and then we can do ours for Arnold in this one. Mario, Luigi, Key and Peele. This was a tough one because, spoiler alert, later on we're gonna do an East-West Bowl bracket of the East-West Bowl names. Key and Peele, one of the all-time great comedy duos. Like they are so funny. All their sketches are unbelievable. They are so smart. They were in the previous winner of the Weird Al Songs White and Nerdy video. But Mario and Luigi are
They
kind of
ruined
like,
anybody with any guy with an Aaron name for the rest of
Exactly.
their lives.
exactly.
Single-handedly.
Exactly. But Mario and Luigi are kind of just iconic through just starting with our generation all the way up to now. So I think it's as much as I love Key and Peele, I think it's Mario and Luigi as famous duos.
Yeah, I think it comes down to I love me some Key and Peele.
I
But
do.
if they didn't exist, we would still have good sketch comedy. If you take away Mario and Luigi, we are missing a ton of amazing video games, and I think that goes a long way.
It does. Like the Super Mario, like the first one, like trying to get through that was a gauntlet back with the old like Nintendo 64 controller. So I hate to see Key and Peele go, but that's them's the break sometimes. This is probably my least favorite matchup. Kirk and Spock, Rick and Morty. I was never a big, again, you were either a Star Wars person or a Star Trek person. If you find someone's like, oh, I like them both equally, then stay away from that person. That person is psychotic. You prefer one or the other. Most people do. I was always Star Wars. I did not dislike that. I was not that. And I hate to say I have not seen any episode of Rick and Morty.
Oh, that's tragic. Because
I hear
dude,
and I would like it.
I can just send you one episode of my choosing, and this makes it the easiest decision ever. Yeah. It's Rick and Morty.
I think I'm gonna go Rick and Morty because I think it's probably my Star Wars love, but I just think if I watched it, this would not even be close.
No. Trekkies, any Trekkies out there, send some hate. All right.
Exactly. Comment. Hey, comment. You know, if you're any Trekkies out there.
Sitting in your mom's basement.
Exactly. Rounding out this region, Simon and Garfunkel, Doc Brown, Marty McFly. I think I know where you're going, but I'll open it up to you first.
Hang on, let me check my sports almanac real quick. Oh, there it is, right, dude! There. I know who's going to win tonight. By the way, so
there you go.
I'll let you know later who's going to win. We'll put some money on it.
I wish you would have told me before I made my 5 for 5 on my home runs. But
well, yeah, you should have. I got it from the Blast from the Past store in 2015. What was Simon Without Garfunkel? Wildly successful. All right, give me Doc and Marty, even though it's kind of a weird relationship. Like, how many teenage guys are friends with the weird loner failed scientist guy?
It is. And again, Simon Garfunkel's music is good. Although I think, like, again, I was not a big Simon Garfunkel. I think that like the song Sounds of Silence, there's like, I think there's like 4 really good songs, and then no one knows anything. And then I would just say, if it was a tie, the tiebreaker would go to Doc Brown and Marty McFly, just because of, and I know it was Simon on his own, but You Can Call Me Al video is just a train wreck to watch. So, all right, Doc Brown. And I think Doc Brown and Marty were very underseeded as a 15 seed. So
I wholeheartedly concur.
Yep. All right. So looking at this bracket, then I'm going to go pull this up here. What Arnold would be best to replace? And I know Hans and Franz is probably the worst.
Well, it's the easiest to do, but they're just both doing their Arnold. Give me him as Doc Brown. 1.21 gigawatts. Great Scott.
That would be kind of heavy. That would be kind of phenomenal.
Gravitational pull.
That would be pretty phenomenal, I think, as Doc Brown. I think if he was, I don't know if he'd be funnier as Chandler or Joey, but I think friends with Arnold as one of them, it'd probably be best as Joey.
How you doing?
Exactly. So, although if he was Maverick, or if he was Shaggy.
Zoinks! Like, come on, Scoobs.
So yeah, so we got that.
Starving.
Oh my goodness. Let's go to the next bracket and get this first round done, and then we'll go section by section. So Batman and Robin, Brady Belichick, Starsky Hutch, Shrek Donkey, Sherlock Holmes and Watson, Frodo, Samwise Gamgee, Bonnie and Clyde, Sean and Gus from the TV show Psych, Han and Chewie, Yogi Bear and Boo Boo, SpongeBob Patrick, Ren Stimpy, Statler and Waldorf, Madden and Summerall, and then Jordan and Pippen versus Chicken and Waffle. So does Brady and Belichick beat Batman and Robin because Robin is so cheesy, or does Batman carry this so much?
Well, it's duos. It's not, you know.
It is duos.
I think it's got to be Brady Belichick because Robin kind of was he's portrayed as such a little punk until he finally went on his own, you know?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the weird thing with Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin, like if you're the comic book dude, like then yeah, I guess it is. But Batman and Robin are really only together like as Batman and Robin in the old 60s TV show.
Well,
like
and
you
then
get
when
a
Joel
little
Schumacher took over the Batman movies.
Well, no,
and
that
sort of
one
put nipples on the bat suit and just
yeah,
made it
but
all
that was
wrong.
only for what, like two? Was it only for
It was-
two of the movies?
Yes.
Because it was Chris O'Donnell, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's two of
And
the
as
movies.
far as the
better
comics go,
Bat-
Robin didn't become a badass until he became Nightwing and went on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then like all the best Batman movies are just Batman. Like I mean, I know, you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like, oh, he's going to be Robin, but he wasn't Robin in that movie.
No,
And
and
Brady
it wasn't
Belichick-
after that.
No, what Brady and Belichick did in the NFL is crazy. I never thought Batman and Robin could be beat by Brady Belichick, but they do.
Well, you know, they're
How
gonna
about
be
that,
overly scouting
sports
them
fans?
and deflating some of their gadgets. They're gonna cheat.
They're gonna cheat. They're gonna steal
You're not-
the shark
you're not
repellent.
Yeah, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, man.
Exactly. All right, Starsky and Hutch, Shrek and Donkey. I love me some Starsky and Hutch. I was not a big like I watched the show, but I didn't like watch it all the time. It just I think the idea of Starsky and Hutch with that car was cool. Shrek and Donkey, they're just phenomenal. They're
Yeah,
so
Starsky
fun.
and Hutch, the main character was the car, so give me
Yes,
some Shrek and Donkey.
and possibly Huggy Bear.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is such a good matching up. Like Sherlock Holmes and Watson, Frodo Samwise, two just great partnerships that work
Possibly lovers off. We don't know.
so well. I don't know about that.
I have my questions.
I don't know about that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's
Not that
cool,
there's
man.
anything wrong with that. Do you have a lean either way? Like I have a lean. Like I'm not sold on either one. Like my wife would be Frodo Samwise, and they should be a number 2 seed or higher because she loves the Lord of the Rings. But
Yeah,
she
the
also
Lord-
does. She also loves Sherlock Holmes, though. She loves that TV series. So
Well, and the Young Sherlock Holmes movie is very underrated.
Yeah.
And the Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes
Yes.
movies are both very good.
they
I
are.
think,
good.
as much as I love Prestige Worldwide, I think Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly kind of killed the Sherlock Holmes Watson thing. But I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Like they're fine. I don't think it needed to be 3 movies, and I prefer Holmes and Watson.
I'm with
That's
you. Like
cool.
Frodo and Samwise are great, but it's not like they're like they kind of are the crux of the movie because they're taking the ring. But like Holmes and Watson have stood the test of time. I'm going
Indeed.
Holmes and Watson as well because you know I don't live in Middle Earth, and so we're going there. All right, Bonnie and Clyde, Sean and Gus. Bonnie and Clyde's a 5 seed, and on here, like just because when you think of duos, you almost always like think Bonnie and Clyde because they are infamous, but they they were murderers and robbers and just evil people, and that's why I put them against Sean and Gus because I wanted Sean Spencer and Burton Guster from one of our favorite TV shows, Psych, to win a round. Are you with me that Sean and Gus are beating Bonnie and Clyde?
I don't even know why you're asking me.
I know. And again, if you have not watched Psych, you should watch Psych. It's one of the best shows, especially if you love like the 80 nostalgia. It is so good. The two of them, so funny. The rest of the cast is phenomenal as well. It's such a good TV show. It's smart, funny, and go watch it. They beat Bonnie and Clyde.
Do yourself
Han
a
and Chewie.
favor.
Do yourself a favor. It's 8 seasons of gold. Han and Chewie, Yogi and Boo Boo. Like, what are we even talking about?
Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo boo.
We suck compared to Han and Chewie. Let's go.
Exactly. Han and Chewie are one of the all-time greats. Although the Yogi Bear movie was actually not bad.
It is good. It's a fun watch.
Yeah. This is a Nickelodeon off. SpongeBob, Patrick, Ren and Stimpy. So Ren and Stimpy were kind of the SpongeBob and Patrick before SpongeBob and Patrick. Ren and Stimpy was such a weird cartoon. Like I watched Ren and Stimpy, but I wasn't like, oh, I gotta when Ren and Stimpy was on, I would watch it. Plus, I think I was a little bit
you
older.
You were a little bit older than me, so
yeah,
it was more up my alley, and it was great. It's log, it's big,
it's log. You got Cinnamon Toast Crunch Man, Powdered Toast Crunch Man,
Powdered Toast Man. And they did. If it weren't for Ren and Stimpy, SpongeBob would not be able to do where they do the close-ups, where it's super detailed. But I don't think there's anybody that's more best friends in the entire world than SpongeBob and Patrick. I think they move on. They're both match made in heaven. They are a better duo. Ren and Stimpy.
And like the first 5 seasons, like SpongeBob, there was a stretch where there was not a bad episode. Like it is so great. And the two of them, excellent. All right, this one's gonna make me sad. It's a great old guy off, like Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets, John Madden, Pat Summerall, maybe the greatest in booth game duo of all time. I'm leaning one way, and it may surprise people, but as much as I love Statler and Waldorf, and they're great on the Muppets, if there wasn't Statler and Waldorf, I think the Muppets would still be great. Madden and Summerall were just the best.
Yeah, I initially was leaning Statler and Waldorf. They are funnier. They are amazing. But yeah, Madden and Summerall, you don't realize how great they were until ever since. There's just been nobody that's come close.
Well, that's just it. Yeah.
Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are, I guess, fine, but they are not Madden and Summerall. I mean, Madden and Summerall were so great, they put him in the movie The Replacements, and it works as them commenting in a movie. I love that movie, and they're fantastic in it. So yeah, give me Madden and Summerall.
And I think that's what we're missing in sports. I don't know if it would go well because the Maddens of the world and they like the Harry, we're missing those personalities. Right. And the thing with both of them, it was just that's kind of who they were. And I think if someone tried to do it now, it would probably be forced and it would just not be good. And I just missed that. I missed the Madden, and Madden was just the chaotic.
The fact that I'm watching the Manning cast when they're not doing the play-by-play, but it's just funnier to listen to two guys just be the two guys they are,
right?
And talk about stuff without having to do the play-by-play, and they were able to do that and still do play-by-play, which it just hasn't been done.
No, and that's the thing. And Madden and Summerall, they knew the game, and again, it works when you have the Madden being a little like more wacky one, and Summerall just a straight laced dude. And the same thing that happened with Harry Carey and Steve Stone. And I think that kind of works with Peyton. Not that Peyton's the crazier one, but Eli's just
to Harry Carey and Steve Stone. Sorry,
exactly. Yes. And then rounding it out, Jordan Pippen, chicken and waffles. I don't even know why I put chicken and waffles on here. I just thought it'd be funny to have chicken and waffles.
Fantastic. That's why
it is fantastic. I mean, and who would have thought that? I think chicken and waffles is one of those like a combination you never would have thought. Yes, I'm going to put that together. Kind of like the first time I had peanut butter chicken, and someone said, "Oh, you should try peanut butter chicken." I'm like, "What are you talking about? That sounds gross." And then we went to a Chinese buffet, and I got it, and it is phenomenal.
But it's not beating chicken and waffles is not beating Jordan and Pippen.
No, I mean, like, dude, the chicken and waffles. They're not. No, they won 2-3-peats for a reason. They're not losing to chicken and waffles. If Stockton Malone couldn't beat them, chicken and waffles definitely not beating them. All right. We got to ask. It's time again. All right. The best one for Arnold to be.
Give me Chewie. I know.
Chewie would be great. I think my two favorite would be if he was either Statler or Waldorf, have him just sitting up there with the Muppet, critiquing the Muppet Show. And then I think I think maybe if he was in the Lord of the Rings, it would just be so weird as a hobbit.
One ring to rule them all.
If you can't carry it, Frodo, I will carry you. So, all right.
Get on my
Last-
back, I tell you. Grab my arm.
All right, Milk and Cookies, Penn and Teller, Mashed Potatoes and Gravy, the McKenzie Brothers, Lennon McCartney, Bo and Luke Duke, Snoopy Woodstock, Farley and Spade, Tom and Jerry, Pinky and the Brain. You've got Beavis and Butthead, Bacon and Eggs, and rounding it out, the Blues Brothers, Rocky and Bullwinkle, Burgers and Fries, Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. So Milk and Cookies. I don't think Milk and Cookies has ever disappointed.
Nope.
Because even if the cookie's stale, that's where the milk's like, I got you, bro.
Yep. We're all good.
When you do Milk and Cookies, do you dip the cookie in the milk, or you take the bite of the cookie and then drink the milk? So then that way you don't get the cookie crumbs in the milk.
Depends on what cookie it is.
Gotcha.
Oreos, if you let the Oreos soak in the milk just long enough to where they're not crunchy, but if you keep them in too long, then they just fall apart in there. It's perfect. But like with a Chips Ahoy or a fudge stripe or something, it's bite then drink. So it depends on the cookie.
Yeah, I have now I will just put the entire Oreo in my mouth, take a drink, and that's how I eat Oreos all the time. But can we just do a shout out to Penn and Teller? Because I think when we saw Penn and Teller when they first came on the scene, they were great. Like it was the best thing for Magic to have, because they were so funny, but they're so talented. And just the fact that Teller didn't talk, it was so great. And the fact they've made a huge career out of it, but like 20 years ago, I think Penn and Teller would be a higher seed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. All right, Mashed Potatoes and Gravy, the McKenzie Brothers. If you don't know who the McKenzie Brothers are,
then take off, eh?
Take off, you knob. Strange Brew. If we ever did an 80s underrated movie bracket,
when we do it.
When we do, not if, but when. Strange Brew is such a good movie. I love it so much. The McKenzie Brothers started off on SCTV, Rick Moranis, Dave Thomas doing it there. And then they made,
The Great White North.
The Great White North. They did it. And then they made the movie of it. They were probably the Wayne and Garth before Wayne and Garth. But that movie is so good. It's the McKenzie Brothers all day long. As much as I love Mashed Potatoes and Gravy, it's the McKenzie Brothers. I could not imagine not having that movie and some of the lines in my life.
Fleshy-headed mutant. This movie is shot in a 3B. 3 beers and it looks okay, eh?
Oh man, I gotta go watch that. I have that movie.
Gotta take a whiz. Drinks the whole vat of beer.
Exactly. Such a good movie. And of course, Max von Sydow as the villain.
Yes.
Meister Smith. All right, Lennon McCartney, Bo and Luke Duke. I think it's Lennon.
How these
McCartney.
dick boys gonna win this one?
How? Yes, the Duke boys were great, and they were a must-see TV there growing up. But Lennon and McCartney are so good, and they were unlike the other one. Unlike Hall & Oates, they both did pretty well solo.
Wildly successful.
Yes. Do you prefer Lennon or McCartney? Who do you like better? When it comes to the music, I'm saying.
Well,
are you a Lennon guy or McCartney?
Probably Lennon. McCartney has more, solo stuff, the stuff with Wings. But when you make the worst Christmas song that has ever existed, I think it just almost negates anything you did solo. So I'm going John Lennon, even though he let Yoko in a little too much. I'm more of a Lennon guy.
I'm more of a McCartney guy.
Aside from the worst Christmas song ever made.
And here's the thing. I actually like It's a Wonderful Christmas Time. So when we do our Christmas song bracket at Christmas time, that'll be interesting because I enjoy that song. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't even think he wrote the keyboard part. I think he get the Casio keyboard and it's got the preset ones in there. I'm pretty sure that was it. And then he's
Listen, it's festive, and that's what I want in my Christmas. I need a festive Christmas song. So, all right,
terrible.
Snoopy, Woodstock, Farley and Spade, two classics. You could have had Snoopy and Charlie Brown, but I think Snoopy, Woodstock are the better combo.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm telling you, that Farley Spade run, like to Tommy Boy. That's all I need to say. That's the only argument I need, Sean.
Black Sheep was underrated too.
Black Sheep is underrated, but Tommy Boy just trumps anything that Snoopy and Woodstock would bring to the table.
Yeah, Snoopy and Woodstock don't even talk, so let's just put that to bed. Yeah, you make selling brake pads in freaking Ohio a great movie to watch. You have
exactly.
won.
You have won indeed. All right, Tom and Jerry, Pinky and the Brain, two older school cartoons. I like them both. I think Tom and Jerry is probably the more just well-known, like when you're talking about duos. Oh, yeah, Tom and Jerry, isn't that? But Pinky and the Brain was the better show.
Well, Tom and Jerry, before they started making them talk, is better.
And when they were
Pinky and the Brain
enemies
are
the whole
funnier,
time.
You thinking what I'm thinking, Pinky? Yes, Brain, but how are we going to get the monkeys in our trousers? But I will watch Tom and Jerry over Pinky and the Brain. The original Tom and Jerry, there's so many great episodes. Don't you believe it?
But don't you believe it? The
Froggy went a court and he did right.
Exactly. Rambo. Yeah, I think you're right. As much as I like Pinky and the Brain, I think Tom and Jerry is the more iconic.
Sheer
and it wasn't like their
violence.
show was bad. They have enough of them, the early stuff, that I think it would trump Pinky and the Brain. Because it wasn't Pinky and the Brain. Did that end up being a show, or is that just part of the Animaniacs? Like,
they did eventually get their own show, which didn't last all that long. But yeah, it started out as
that's what I thought.
Thing on Animaniacs.
Gotcha. Okay. Here's a bacon and eggs, a breakfast stalwart forever against Beavis and Butthead. I remember when Beavis and Butthead came on the scene, it was like, what is this? And how can I get more of it?
Yes.
Listen, I like bacon and eggs. Like bacon in and of itself, great. Eggs in itself, great. I think I'm going Beavis and Butthead.
give me some Mike Judge, Beavis and Butthead. Well,
listen,
if it ain't Beaver and Bunghole.
Beaver and Bunghole. I'll get my protein elsewhere in the day. Plus, the SNL sketch of them at that talk show. That is so funny. It's so fantastic. Like everything about it. The two of them, Mikey and Ryan Gosling, just playing it so great. Like, and not really breaking character. And then what's her face breaking character? What's her face breaking character makes it, I think, even better. And then, of course, just the great Kenan Thompson.
Kenan, you two don't.
You guys don't know each other. The Beavis and Butthead. He's trying to explain to her who Beavis and Butthead is. So good. So Beavis and Butthead advances, and Mike Judge creation, who also came out with King of the Hill and Office Space. Yes. All right. The Blues Brothers, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, it's not even close. The Blues Brothers.
Only one of them's on a mission from God.
Exactly. And it's not the squirrel and the moose. Jake and Elwood move on easily. And then Burger and Fries, Harry and Lloyd. This is a tough one because Dumb and Dumber is such a great buddy comedy. The two of them are phenomenal. I mean, I don't know if it's because it's Memorial Day, leaning burgers and fries. Because I don't know what I would prefer, not having burgers and fries in my life or not ever having Dumb and Dumber.
Can I supplement fries with tater tots? Because then I'm still good.
Tater tots are underrated, man. If you have a choice between fries and tater tots, you always go tater tots. And if you have a what's it? The one It's a one restaurant. They got smash burgers. It's up here. You may have them down there. You can get tater tots at Steak and Shake. So, are you going? Are you going burgers and fries? Or are you doing Harry and Lloyd?
I'm going Harry Lloyd.
Okay. You know, I think it's more fun to have Harry and Lloyd go up next because the food stuff, it's great to have the food combos, but I think some of the actual other combos are there. All right. For our last do you have one for here? Is it
We are on mission from God.
him as a blues brother, but like him as a blues brother?
I am a little cold.
He exactly. Arnold and Butthead. He could be one of if it was if he was
Arnold.
if he was Harry, it'd be Harry and Jim Carrey. So or just have him to have him singing Hard Day's Night.
And I've been working like a dog.
All right, I'm gonna go full screen me here real quick. Nate's got to take care of something. Again, we have the first round done, and appreciate you guys watching. So second round, we're gonna go back to the first one. If you want to comment, like, subscribe. It helps the algorithm. So Peanut Butter and Jelly, Bill and Ted, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Rocky and Apollo, Bert and Ernie, Boats and Hose, Riggs Murtaugh, Buzz and Woody. I think this is going to be a pretty fun one because you've got Bert and Ernie versus Boats and Hose, which you could not have any of the opposites of that. Although having Bert and Ernie on a rap music boat singing about hose is kind of great. You got Riggs Murtaugh, Buzz, Woody. That should be a pretty interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to go. You go down low, Shaggy, Scooby, Phineas and Ferb. I am pretty sure Shaggy and Scooby are going to win. I am so confident that I'm going to put them through. Although I do love me some Phineas and Ferb. I will watch Phineas and Ferb by myself without my kids. Mike Sully, Joey and Chandler. You got Hans and Franz, Mario, Luigi, Rick, Morty, Doc Brown, Marty. So you've got some good ones there. And then on the other side in the Sweet 16, we'll get to here in a minute. But as we will talk, Peanut Butter and Jelly and Bill and Ted. I do love me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I will make peanut butter and jellies just anytime, anywhere. I think I would take peanut butter and jelly over Bill and Ted. I don't know what it is about peanut butter and jelly. I think it's just because growing up, we spent time at my Grandma Wellson's and Grandma Rains', and Grandma Wellson made the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was creamy peanut butter. I think it was Jif. It might have been Skippy. And then she had her homemade preserved strawberry jelly. So I'm going peanut butter and jelly over Bill and Ted.
Yeah, Bill and Ted only gave us one good movie out of 3.
That's true.
So I think PB&J, it's just a staple.
It is a staple.
They got Uncrustables now. Where was that when you needed it?
Exactly. I kind of went through it all while you're out. There's some good matchups here.
Evan Bacon came in here and was acting like a madman. So
what is he? Okay.
I had to cut him footloose.
Yeah, there you go. Montana Rice, Rocky Apollo.
Rocky Apollo.
I think that's it. Like, as much as I loved watching them torch the Bengals, Rocky and Apollo are just the going from enemies to friends to then letting one of them die by not throwing in the towel.
Throw the damn towel. Throw the towel.
This is the one I when you were gone, I was like, Bert and Ernie versus Boats and Hose. How great is that? Like I said, it'd be great to have like a Bert and Ernie on a boat rapping about hose would be a much watched TV.
Hey Bert, I gotta have me my boats and hose.
I would love, dude, because you always hear about like movies, like if you made everything a Muppet and except keep one character, or just put Muppets. A Bert and Ernie Step Brothers where they're in it, but everyone else is the same. I would watch that. To watch Ernie put his like felt balls over the drum set, or Bert, whichever one's which. But I'm going Bert and Ernie.
I know you were watching Cops because Cops doesn't come on till 4.
I'm going boats and hoes.
Are you really? All right.
Yes.
I gotta have me my boats and hoes.
All right. I keep the only two I send to this group is Bert and Ernie versus Boats is Bert and Ernie. So we'll see.
I'm hating on Bert and Ernie, and I love Bert and Ernie.
I don't know what's going on with you, man. We'll see. This will be interesting. Just to see. I think all my group's gonna go Bert and Ernie, but we'll see. Riggs, Murtaugh, Buzz, and Woody. What a great pairing that is.
Yeah, this is a hard one, but again, I'm gonna go 4 good movies against 3 good movies and questionable Toy Story 4. I'm gonna take Riggs and Murtaugh, but I'm sure that will lose to Buzz and Woody.
Yeah, I'm taking Buzz and Woody. That's so great to have had somebody on here, as well.
I just love me the Lethal Weapon movies. 4
do.
was on earlier, and 4 is great. Chris Rock gets involved, Joe Pesci. It's fantastic.
See, if Dave chimes in, you may get a Riggs and Murtaugh from him. Yeah, I just like it's just it. I already put Shaggy.
You can't lose either way. It's fine.
You can't. I already put Shaggy and Scooby through over Phineas and Ferb. It's not as much. I love Phineas and Ferb. Like, you're talking great duos. It's Shaggy and Scooby. They have been around for decades. Mike and Sully, Joey and Chandler.
Wazowski. I think I'm going to take Joey and Chandler on this one.
That's where I was leaning. As much as I like Mike and Sully, Joey and Chandler brought me so much joy. And I'm telling you right now, that's such a great ensemble cast. And people want to dog on Friends. Honestly, there really isn't a bad episode. It's hard to say that in any series, but there's really not. And that's what happens when you have a good like ensemble of that many people, where even if one storyline's not doing it, there's always the other ones can go through. I'll tell you what, if you took Joey and Chandler out of there, I don't think that show is. If you did a combination, like, hey, you got to take 2 people out, the one I would not want to have out would be Joey and Chandler. I would want both those in every single combination. Get rid of Ross and get rid of Rachel. Those would be the 2.
I don't know. I mean,
Phoebe,
you do need the love story there.
You do, but you
want to get rid of Monica or Phoebe. Like, Phoebe is great.
Phoebe is great, and we would not have Smelly Cat if it wasn't for Phoebe. Right. And Monica's great, especially when you go back with like Fat Monica and stuff like that. So Monica's underrated in that. Another tough one: Hans and Franz against Mario and Luigi. I would love to see a tag team of Hans. Like, let's get with if our brother Superfly is watching. I know he's putting together, he just put out a little scene, a cartoon AI scene of he's trying to do an Flaming Intestines cartoon series. So
the world has been clamoring for since the 90s.
I gotcha. So if you could put like a tag team here, Hans and I still think it's Mario Luigi. As much as I love Hans and Franz, it's such a small niche. They never had a movie, I don't think.
They tried to, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, like they were the plot of the movie was they were going to LA to meet up with Arnold. Arnold was going to play himself. Arnold was down to do it, but just the scheduling never happened, and then it just fell to the wayside.
Yeah, and it's always one of the great ones too, where they talk about Steven Seagal as the worst host in SNL history, where they tried to do a Hans and Franz sketch with him, and he just was like he did not want it to look like he was worse than Arnold. Like Steven Seagal, like, dude, that dude sucks. Rick and Morty, Doc Brown and Marty. So do you prefer Marty or Morty?
There is no Doc Brown and Marty. There is no Rick and Morty. I will die on that hill. I'm going Doc and Marty. Even I do love me some Rick and Morty though.
Yeah. I think just because the iconic that movie, Back to the Future, it's such iconic. And again, I've not watched Rick and Morty. I think I would like it. But they are two icons. I've only got one response, and it's Joe, and he had Bert and Ernie, Buzz and Woody. So
all right, they will move on.
If it gets back and Mike and Dave come back and one of the others wins, then we can come back and change it before we go to the next round. So I will keep an eye on that, sports fans. All right. We have the upset, I believe, Brady and Belichick against Shrek and Donkey.
Yep, I got Brady and Belichick moving on again. And is it funny that there's only been 2 16 seeds to win it? And one of them was Brady and Belichick, and the other one was Shockmaster beating Tom Brady.
That is true. That is true. Although Shockmaster beat him in the thing, but Shockmaster, so that's what that. Yeah, Shockmaster was out of 16. Yeah. Like I think I'm with you just because like what Brady and Belichick did in the NFL
won't be done again.
It won't be done again. And I know Shrek and Donkey saved the princess, but they didn't, like, it was just the dragon. That was really their only, thing. So, Brady and Belichick moves on. Holmes, this is a sleuth off. You've got Holmes and Watson against Sean and Gus, which if you've not seen Psych, it's basically Sean's dad was a cop. Sean did not want to be a cop, but Sean's dad trained him to always be very observant. So Sean has the best observing skills ever. He kept, the first episode, he kept solving crimes. They thought he was the one doing them because he kept giving tips. And then in order to stay out, he pretends to be a psychic. And then hilarity ensues. Mm-hmm. So, which is similar. They solve crimes. Holmes and Watson solved crimes. I just like Sean and Gus better because if Watson and Holmes, like the stuff I've seen and they've got the books, but Sean and Gus are just great.
Yeah, Sean and Gus all the way, baby.
All right. Han and Chewie, SpongeBob and Patrick. Maybe if you decided, like, outside of Joey and Chandler, like, what kind of friendship would you want if you had any of these? Like, these are probably the two you would want: Han and Chewie, SpongeBob and Patrick. I know I'm going, and I think it's pretty easy. I think I know where you're going, and I think it's pretty easy. You had a dog named Chewie.
Yes. There's a Millennium Falcon right behind me.
Exactly. It's Han and Chewie. As much as I like SpongeBob, if it was like you had to get rid of Star Wars or SpongeBob, you wouldn't even get the question out. Like, SpongeBob, you're a SpongeBob. So, Madden Summerall, Jordan Pippen, a sports off. We are Bulls fans. We did give the case of why Jordan was the GOAT. Go back and watch that episode last week on fanstreamsports.com. I'm going Jordan Pippen.
Yep.
You win 6 and 8. You three-peat twice. You can find good announcers. And you can also enjoy football with the sound off. All right, Milk and Cookies and the McKenzie brothers.
Take off, it's Milk and Cookies.
It's milk. Yeah, I'm like, as much as I like that, like, dude, Milk and Cookies are so good all the time. And I think with Strange Brew, I think it's one of those movies. I think same with, like, as much as I love Napoleon Dynamite, I think if you watched it too much, you would probably get really tired of it.
Oh, and maybe. Honorable mention, Napoleon and Pedro.
Napoleon and Pedro, exactly. This is funny because of the Chris Farley show. Lennon and McCartney versus Farley and Spade. Like I'm not a huge Beatles fan. I do enjoy the Beatles very much, though. I always like them more than the Stones. But Farley, like, I'm going Lennon and McCartney, but it's overtime.
Yeah, it's Lennon McCartney. They got more bigger body of work. And
They do. And I mean, it's, if we're just talking like comedy duos, like Farley and Spade could be a Final Four team. And then you've got Tom, Jerry, Beavis, and Butthead. I don't even know where I want to go on it. I mean, I don't even care, really.
uh, this is a rough one.
Yeah, like
I think I've got more of a history with Tom and Jerry.
Same.
And Beavis and Butthead, the funniest part of that show was when they were making fun of videos, which is great. But if you watch it now when it's replaying on something else and they don't have the licensing rights to the videos and you just watch the actual episodes, you're like, some of these were kind of bad.
Yep.
So I'm going to go Tom and Jerry.
Yep. And then we've got a 7 versus a 15. You've got the Blues Brothers versus Dumb and Dumber, Harry and Lloyd. I think we're both going Blues Brothers, correct?
Yes.
Orange whips all around.
Orange whip.
3 orange whips. All right, we got the Elite 8. Or no, this is Sweet 1, 2, 3, 4. No, the Sweet 16. We'll go back around here to the other one. We have Peanut Butter and Jelly, Rocky, and Apollo. Do you?
I'm gonna go with Rocky and Apollo. I love me the Rocky movies.
Just to go to the chat and see if Joe be the only one, just see what he says. I'm going PB and J. But if they lose, I'm not gonna be mad because it's Rocky and Apollo. I mean, how can you be mad about that? Gotta put or in there. All right. Not one. Stupid text. All right. Moving on. Bert and Ernie, Buzz and Woody. I think your hate for Bert and Ernie needs to stop here because I think if it comes down to it, I think you obviously are going to like Bert and Ernie over Buzz and Woody. Maybe.
I think I finally got to cave into the Bert and Ernie.
Got to cave into Bert and Ernie. Took them 3 rounds. We finally got them. And here, just Nate loves Bert and Ernie. Nate loves Bert and Ernie. We love the Muppets and Sesame Street. All right. Shaggy, Scooby.
I love boats and hoes. Everybody knows that about me.
Exactly. Shaggy, Scooby, Joey, and Chandler is a great matchup because it's kind of like, dude, I would watch a show with the 4 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I am confident it's Shaggy, Scooby, and it's
I
not.
also had a dog named Scooby Doo. So.
You did have a dog named Scooby Doo, and it's not really that close. Like Shaggy, Scooby is the better duo. That's why they were a number 1 seed. Mario, Luigi, Doc Brown, and Marty. Did Doc Brown and Marty, the 15 seeds, continue their surprise run in this bracket?
No, I think it ends here. Mario and Luigi just too many great video games to overcome for Doc and Marty. And
I think so.
I'm just gonna say Back to the Future 3 is a turd.
Yes.
Comment if you disagree.
Comment. Yeah, please comment. We had a couple comments early. Appreciate the nearly 300 people watching.
Outstanding.
Here's what I say. Of the 293 people watching, take some time. Just hit the like button. Or smash it, as most people say. Hit the like button. See how many likes we can get. It doesn't cost you anything. Even if you don't like us, you can still thumbs up us, I guess.
Maybe it costs you your dignity, but how often do you use that? Come on.
Exactly. We just get another watch. Just hit like. It helps the algorithms. You obviously must like us because you're not commenting hate against us and you're still watching. So, all right. 16 seed Brady Belichick against Sean and Gus.
Sean and Gus run ends, and
I hate to say it because I do not like Brady and Belichick, and I love Sean and Gus, but we're talking the best duos. So I'm going Brady Belichick as well. So Han, Chewy, Jordan, Pippen, Han, and Chewy, man.
This is going to be the toughest one so far.
Yeah.
I think Han and Chewy could have won 6 championships in 8 years, though. Let's be honest.
They probably could have.
Chewie's dominating the glass.
He is. Han, one of the best trash talkers in the game.
Oh, and you know he could dribble the ball.
You know. Oh man.
I don't know about this one.
I think I'm going on Chewy. Like I think just duo wise, like Jordan Pippen's fine. And I've said this, like, I think you could, if you threw Grant Hill in, you could have thrown a Pippen type player in, and then everything else is the same. I think they still win. They have 2 3-peats. Like Pippen is great. I'm not discounting Pippen, but I think you can find a similar Pippen that they still could have won. You're not finding another Chewy. And again, if that was not Harrison Ford, this is not it either. So I think Han and Chewy are the better.
Yeah, duo. I think you make great points there. I'm gonna have to agree.
And they liked each other. I don't think Pippen and Jordan really liked each other.
Yeah,
and you can't really be a great duo if you really hate each other. So
I don't think Han had a son that started dating Chewie's ex-wife. So you're
right. Milk and Cookies, Lennon McCartney. As much as I love music, I'm not a huge Beatles fan. Like I do love the Beatles. Unlike my one son Adam loves them so much, but Milk and Cookies, man, it's Milk and Cookies. Like they probably should have been the overall #1 seed. Are you going Milk and Cookies also?
I really want to lean Lennon McCartney, but you know what? They couldn't stay together. Milk and Cookies have never broken up. They did not let a woman come between them.
No,
all right?
Milk and Cookies have stood the test of time. So they beat Lennon and McCartney, which would probably make my son Adam and maybe my buddy Dave. Dave would be an interesting one because Dave loves the Beatles. He loves Oasis.
I'm wearing a Beatles shirt. But I love the Beatles.
Yeah, he's sure he loves Milk and Cookies too. All right, Tom and Jerry, the Blues Brothers. That's a fun one. I'm going Blues Brothers. Jake and Elwood.
#1 movie in America and the #1 album at one point. All right, they did it. They did the music and they did the movie. All right.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that soundtrack is unbelievable. It is so good, so good.
Shake your tail feather.
Shake your tail feather, baby. I will listen to that all the time. You better think.
You caught
awesome.
Katie.
Right.
Let's go.
Here comes Minnie the Moocher. All right. The Elite Eight: Brady Belichick versus Han and Chewy, Milk and Cookies versus the Blues Brothers. And then if my mouse will work, you've got Mario Luigi, Shaggy Scooby, you've got Bert and Ernie, and then we have not had a response on Peanut Butter and Jelly or not.
Rocky and Apollo.
Huh? Yeah,
Rocky and Apollo.
Let's put Rocky and Apollo just so they can fight Bert and Ernie. So, all right. Rocky, Apollo, Bert, and Ernie. Are you going to go back against your Ernie and Bert hate?
It's not hate. It's just love for Rocky and Apollo. It's maybe the greatest bromance ever.
True that. We'll go Rocky Apollo.
And I think even when they hated each other, they might have liked each other more than Bert and Ernie do at times.
All right. I gotcha. All right. Shaggy, Scooby, Mario, Luigi. It's Shaggy and Scooby. Like
Eggs and Scoobs, baby.
They are. I think they may win this thing now looking at it. They are so good. Let's just stay on the side then. You got Shaggy, Scooby, Rocky, Apollo. You going Shaggy and Scooby?
Shags and Scoobs, man.
If we had somebody here, I would just go Rocky Apollo just to spite you for all the other times you went with Rocky and Apollo, but it is Shaggy and Scooby. So Shaggy and Scooby in the finals to face. We got Milk and Cookies and Blues Brothers. Is it Milk
if
and
I
Cookies
have Milk
final?
and Cookies beating the Beatles, I probably should have them beating the Blues Brothers.
Same as well. It is such a great food combination. And then Brady Belichick, Han and Chewy. I think this is where the Brady Belichick ends.
Agreed.
Well. Han and Chewy, Milk and Cookies. I'm going Han Chewy.
I'm going Han and Chewy also. I thought you were going to go milk and cookies on that one.
No, because I can get my sweets elsewhere. I'll just have cereal. I'll just have Cookie Crisp.
Hey, there you go. Problem solved.
That's the problem solved. Han, Chewy, Scooby, and Shaggy. What a finals matchup this is. Nate, do you have a lean either way? Because you had a dog named Chewy, a dog named Scooby. I did not have a Shaggy or a Han pet. Where are you going?
I think they've done it right on every level. Several different cartoon TV shows, movies, cartoon movies, live action movies. There has not been a better combo than Shaggy and Scooby-Doo.
I'll go with you. I didn't really care. I was going to let you go whichever way. I think you're right. Like the Shaggy, like it has gone for so long. I think Disney has really screwed the Star Wars franchise, and not that Han and Chewie would have been that far in there.
Disney.
Yeah. Plus Han's dead now. So spoiler alert. I go with Shaggy and Scooby. I like no, like I said, I've watched because Emily would watch some of them. They're all pretty good. Like they're good, but they're different. So
and even in the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, which Aiden will disagree with me, it's awful. Shaggy and Scooby are the only redeemable point of that. It's the one with Vincent Price and Scrappy, and there's no Fred or Velma, and there's some kid named Flim Flam, which don't even get me started on the character of Flim Flam. But Shaggy and Scooby, even in the awful 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, Shags and Scoobs are still awesome in every episode.
Gotcha. All right, that's the show. Shaggy and Scooby win. We add them to the list of the champions bracket, which will be coming up. I think it's going to be the one right after the 4th of July weekend. It'd be our champions bracket. So we still have a few more to get there. I can't remember what we had on doc for next week, our bracket. So just tune in and find out next week. So we should have some more clarity on the Stanley Cup and the NBA Finals next week. We'll talk about that and other nonsense. So again, happy Memorial Day. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for another bracket that nobody asked for, and it doesn't matter. Nate, have a good one.
You as well, and we'll see you next time here on March Chadness.
March Chadness, baby. See you later.
It's March Chadness. They'll cure your sadness with sports and brackets. They'll bring the madness all year long, and this concludes their pod theme song. They're talking brackets, y'all.